Evangelion, Manifesto.
Just like the last episode ended with rain, we open with rain. And we hear from Misato that Shinji hasn't been to school in 5 days now. As she opens his door to check on him, she sees that he has run away. We're then greeted with the wee woo of the Japanese siren as we cut the title, Rain, after running away. The doorbell rings and Toji and Kensuke ask Misato if Shinji's okay. They've brought him some handouts and she plays it off and tells him everything's gonna be fine. As the door closes, they both comment that she was a babe. We meet up with our runaway Shinji, who is on a train, and we get some cuts that fade in and out as we see people coming and going. Eventually, the train announces that it's the end of the line, and he begins to wander the city. He goes to the movie theater where some people fall asleep and a couple in front of him starts making out and he just starts staring at them. I know I was just bringing up the fact that Shinji's gotten in the robot every time he needs to get in the robot, but now he's just wandering and walking and then he's on a bus and he's walking some more. We cut to Shinji still wandering around as there's sort of a waking nightmare of just loud noises screeching in and getting louder and louder and louder, and then cuts to more Shinji walking and more Shinji walking, and he continues to walk. And while explaining it just sounds like he's walking, which is what he's doing, the way this entire scene is animated and how it comes after the idea that he ran away, anyone I've sat next to that this is their first time watching it is absolutely glued to these scenes. Every new background that Shinji passes by is a new opportunity for something to happen, and so we're 6 minutes after the intro music and we're still waiting, like where are we going with this? As Shinji's looking out at Tokyo 3 from a mountaintop, we cut to Rei getting some kind of medical procedure as Misato and Ritsuko talk about how it's not fair that the pilots have to be 14-year-olds. And we then flash back to Misato chewing out Shinji for not following her orders and him thinking it's okay because it worked out, and her, man, you can't disobey orders like this. I mean, it is a chain of command. He killed the angel, but what if he needs to follow orders next time? We then see best boy Kensuke playing army in a field. Kensuke then spots Shinji while he's playing and tells him to get on over. We then get another title screen cut that reads Hedgehog's Dilemma. Over a campfire, Kensuke tells Shinji that Toji's little sister just chewed him out because the robot actually saved her life. Shinji mentions Misato and Kensuke stops him by saying, "Bro, you live with a beautiful woman and you pilot that awesome robot." And Shinji tells him, like, you shouldn't, your mom would worry about you. And we find out that Kensuke's mom's dead, so no one to worry about, just gonna be jealous about Shinji and his hot babe and his robot. Shinji asks Kensuke why he's camping, and Kensuke explains that it's not training, he's just doing it for fun. In the morning, they're woken up by NERV Security Intelligence, who's there to bring Shinji back. At NERV, Misato and Shinji discuss whether or not Shinji's gonna pilot Eva Unit 1, or if he even wants to pilot the unit. Misato slams the door, and Ritsuko and Ikari discuss that Shinji is leaving. Shinji's NERV ID is punched, and he is taken to the train station for his departure. Toji and Kensuke actually show up, and Toji leans in and says, "I need you to punch me," because he feels bad for punching him. Right before Shinji can punch him, though, he whispers, "Don't hold back." I love this line. I love Toji. Shinji decks Toji with everything his tiny little arm can muster, and the three laugh, and Kensuke and Toji agree that, they saw what it was like for Shinji, that it only makes him suffer, so it's okay. The security guards there with Shinji tell him that his time is up, and they begin to take him to the platform when suddenly Shinji starts fighting back, and he just tells them that he's weak and he's a coward, which is kind of a weird thing for your last words to your friends to be. Shinji stands on the train platform as the train arrives and the doors open up, when suddenly we see Misato's car come screeching into frame. She gets out and she sees the train leaving, and from our angle looking at her, we can see that Shinji's still standing there. Eventually, Misato turns and sees that Shinji's there, and we get a really long scene of the two of them staring at each other with cicadas singing in the background. "I'm home," says Shinji, and Misato replies with "Welcome home." As the credits roll, we get our first sort of look at some different character motivations. We've seen Shinji piloting the robot because he's told to. We see Shinji doing it because he doesn't want Rei to have to do it. We've also seen him now interact with other people and apparently make friends. Just a quick punch back and forth, and we're all hunky-dory. And even though Misato is the one to end the scene with the "welcome home," Shinji doesn't know she's there when the train leaves. He was talking with his friends, and he realized that he has friends here. And wherever that train was going to go, he doesn't have anything. So better to stay with his friends. Something I think is funny that I learned while I was making this series and thinking about the different times that I had watched Eva is that I remembered that when I was a little kid, I forgot this entire episode existed beyond just Kensuke and Shinji going on a camping trip. All of the sad boy walking around scenes, even the security agents bringing Shinji back. And the reason I remember that is because I remember watching it later and thinking, oh, there's a whole scene here that I don't remember. Oh, there's another... this whole episode feels new. Kid me totally forgot this episode was anything more than Shinji runs away, Shinji goes camping, Shinji decides to not go on the train. I thought that's all that happened. And I know that's what I thought because when I was thinking about my second time watching, I remember being surprised at how much there was in this episode, where it wasn't just, oh, Shinji's gone and now he's camping. It was this whole scene of him seeing a couple in the theater and all of that. After the last episodes that all had bombastic moments interspersed with some really quiet moments, this entire episode being sort of quiet and very reserved is very tense. The entire time we're wondering, is there going to be another angel? Where is it going to come? And so we're waiting on the edge of our seat for that. Thanks for watching part 4 of the Evangelion Manifesto. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this episode. Were you like me your first time watching it, where you completely ignored it because there's not a whole lot going on? Or are you someone who really dug into it on your first watching? I gotta say, this episode was a lot more interesting the second and third times that I watched the series, but this first time I kind of blew right by it. Thanks again. Have a good one. Kanpai.